For anyone who isn't familiar with the concept, a recursive translation is when something is taken from one language, translated to at least one more, and then converted back to the source language. The results can be quite interesting. Anyway, let's go.
Prisoner 4587. Oliver has spent the past 5 months in a high-security slab-side prison following Oliver's shocking decision to leave the FBI and reveal his identity as Arrow. In order to shorten the punishment for his family, Oliver is determined to tread carefully and is put to the test when he encounters an old enemy. Meanwhile, Diggle and Dina took on a new job and left their outfits behind, but not everyone followed suit. Focusing on William, Felicity tries to start over, but things get complicated when someone shows up in the past. Longbow Hunter. In order to see Diaz from prison, Oliver realizes that he must ally with his old enemy. On the other hand, in Star City, Felicity's attempt to eliminate Diaz was Argus. He was blocked by Diggle, who believed in him. Now she asks citizens like her not to leave. Realizing that she can no longer rely on the old team and the old methods, the amazing Felicity decides to find a new way to chase Diaz. Cross line. Oliver, still in prison, faces the biggest challenge she has ever faced. Meanwhile, Felicity receives an interesting offer, and Diggle asks Curtis to conduct an undercover investigation of Argus. Level 2. Oliver makes an exciting move in his search for Diaz. Like her husband, Felicity did her best to contact Diaz. Meanwhile, when an arsonist takes aim at the Renee Community Center and injures Zoe in the process, a mysterious new green arrow hits and helps save the day. Facing pressure from the mayor to arrest the vigilantes, Dina must decide whether following the rules at all costs is the best plan to keep the city safe. A demon. Felicity is shocked when she learns something new about Oliver. Meanwhile, Diggle is teaming up with Curtis and Argus Dina to find an unexpected ally. Legal action. As the guards are killed, everyone becomes suspicious and the board becomes more dangerous. Felicity recruited amazing resources to help prosecute Diaz, while Laurel flexed her muscles as a prosecutor. At checkout, the choices Oliver makes have affected not only his life, but the lives of everyone he cares about. Inconclusive. Felicity supports recent decisions regarding her family. Meanwhile, Diggle and Lily continue to look at Dante's paintings that Cortez discovered. The Other World. The first hour. Barry Allen and Oliver exchange bodies. Another World. 2 points. Oliver, Barry, Supergirl, and Superman meet in Gotham City. Another World. 3 hours. Superheroes. The Flash, Arrow, and Superman are involved in the battle of their lives. My name is Amiko Quinn. Oliver returns with SCPD and is ready to focus on marrying Felicity. Oliver learns the secret identity of the new Arrow and learns that he has half-sisters by his father's side. But things take a drastic turn when Dina entrusts Oliver to find a new Green Arrow. Meanwhile, Diggle and Lila have to answer Argus about Diaz. Past sins. The past haunts Oliver and Laurel. Curtis wasn't happy when Diggle and Lyra relaunched the Ghost Initiative with Diaz, China White, Kane Wolfman, and Carrie Cather. Emerald Archer. Arrow's 150th episode includes a documentary, Food and the Rise of the Vigilant, starring Oliver Queen, Felicity Smoke, and other group darts. Oliver returns from Williams boarding school and returns to the city as the camera crew follows Oliver and the team to discuss his past and what the Green Arrow means to Star City. Threats must also be addressed. This episode contains a documentary shot by BTS staff, as well as interviews with people who have worked with Arrow. This documentary is narrated by Kelsey Grammer. Star City Killer. Oliver and Felicity are disappointed to learn that William is hiding something from them. In order to focus on his family, Oliver must leave the Green Arrow mission and let the team begin hunting down the serial killer. But things change when the group became the target of the killer. Brothers and sisters. After months of stalking Dante, Diggle and Lila finally lead the elusive terrorist and thus create the A-Ghost plan to capture him. Meanwhile, Oliver is trying to deepen his relationship with Amiko. Training Day. The Green Arrows are trying to cooperate with the Star City Police, but Oliver's frustration is mostly that things aren't going as planned. Meanwhile, Dina receives news that will change her life. Star City 2040. Mia and William challenge Glaze on a dangerous mission. There, they meet Dina, Roy, and Zoe, who share devastating news. Flash forward shares Mia's childhood with Felicity. Heritage. Laurel has learned some harmful information affecting Emiko. Always aiming to protect his sister, Oliver asks Laurel to investigate. This makes Felicity happy that her friends are working with the team. But if something goes wrong, Felicity will be forced to choose between the team and Laurel. Missing Canary. After being charged with murder and his criminal record revealed, Laurel turned into a black siren who teamed up with a well-known old criminal, the Shadow Thief, to commit crimes around Star City. While Dina intends to bring Laurel, Felicity refused to leave her friend and even called Sarah Lance for help, doing her best to contact her. However, Laurel rejected all her efforts and came face-to-face with her ex-boyfriend. Sparta. After the 9th lap brought a major retreat for the Arrows, Diggle was reluctant to ask the DIA for Star General for help, despite the unresolved tensions from the past. Meanwhile, Oliver finds some information that he thinks can beat Emiko in the 9 o'clock lap. Arena returns with an interesting proposition for Felicity. When they learned of an attack in the city, the Arrows contacted Roy Harper to help stop lap 9. However, things went wrong and collateral damage occurred. As head of the SCPD, Dina investigates what happened in the true story of crimes and incidents. Evidence of life. Oliver's situation is precarious. SCPD is displayed with Felicity's annotations. I saved the city. The fight between Oliver and Emiko reaches a boiling point, restoring her familiar face and putting the others in grave danger. Lamp. Barry Allen and Iris West meet their future daughter, Nora. Stuck. The Flash team faces a new enemy called Cicada. The death of the Wave. Cicada wants to be a member of Team Flash. Hot news. Nora is the target of a dangerous methane gas. Everything is my doll. Barry and Iris face a dangerous meta called Ragdoll. Here come the tapes. Caitlin Snow reveals something new about her father. Oh, come on! You are all grateful. Nora is struggling with Barry's future disappearance. The past is a prologue. Barry and the Flash team uncover a plan to stop Cicada. Another world, 1 hour. Barry and Oliver Quinn swap bodies. Another world, 2 hours. Oliver, Barry, Supergirl, and Superman meet Batwoman in Gotham City. Another world, 3 hours. Supergirl, the Flash, Green Arrow, and Superman join the battle of their lives. Lightning and anger. Caitlin and Cisco Ramon talk about creating a superhero potion. See red. Nora was badly injured in the battle with Cicada. Unforgettable things. Barry and Iris explore Nora's memories. Golden Face. Barry and Iris take dangerous steps to stop Cicada. Reason and excess. When Iris is in danger, Nora wants to save her mother. Shark King versus Grown Gorilla. Gorilla Grodd meets King Shark in the latest confrontation. Failure is an orphan. The metahuman drug is ready for use on cicadas. Time bomb. Nora decides to tell Barry and Iris the truth about Obert Thun. Success. The Flash team learns why Nora came to work with Thun. Snow cover. Caitlin and her mother fight Iskall. He became a scammer. The Time Wizard. Kevin B and the Mop Doll return to Central City. Girl with red glitter. Cicada 2 threatens to release a dangerous virus. Inheritance. Barry faces the Reverse Flash at the end of the strong season. Of the Virgin Mary. John Constantine warns of a new magical threat. Witch Hunt. A chapter from the allegory of Salem's witch trials. A dancing queen. Rapper Mill fills the British gang of the 70s. Hot American wet. Secret history of a camp counselor. Label more salt. The novel follows the story of an escape in Tokyo in 1951. Cute Knight. Knight Haywood invites his father on a motorcycle mission. Damn, Dolly. Constantine is forced to confront the tragic past. 2 Mew Mew stories. Cardinal Constantine breaks the legendary rules. Gambling battle. The parable traces a slave who fled to Mexico City until 1961. Escape. The story takes place with President Nixon in 1973. Seance and sensitivity. Jane Austen's England is the center of magic. Eggplant Magician Closet. The team experienced a chaotic rise in 2019. McGaffin Egg. Ray was forced to make the darkness unexpected for Nora. Section/stack. To find the history of the Battle of Constantine. Terms of service. Constantine must choose who to release from hell. Hey world. Narrow's parable began with a wonderful last season. American Alien. The big girl enters the battlefield while Cadmo spreads fear. Failed. The Supergirl was taken over by Graves' Mercy. Iron Man. Ben Lockwood turns into a vicious agent of freedom. Ahimsa. John Jones is in a relationship with Manchester Black. Lost Parasite. Colonel Haley made an unexpected decision. Action Invitation. Cara Danvers was shocked after her interview with Lockwood. Like a fallen angel. James Olsen fell in love with the Children of Freedom. Bunker Hill. Nia Nall begins to use her powers. Other Worlds. 1 hour. Barry Allen and Oliver Quinn changed bodies. Other Worlds. 2nd hour. Oliver, Barry, Superhero, and Superman met Beethoven in Gotham City. Other Worlds. 3 p.m. Supergirl, Flash, Green Arrow, and Superman entered the battle of their lives. Suspicious thoughts. Colonel Haley is determined to prove Superman. Blood memory. Nia and Kara visit Nia's birthplace. Menagerie. When Kara worked with John, their methods meet Alex and the bosses. How ridiculous is the truth, justice, and American way of life? Manchester Black escapes from prison with dignitaries. Get up and move. The most beautiful girl is facing Lockwood in an outdoor party. Where is my brother? Lex Luthor visits Lena's sister to ask for her help. House L. Lex continues to cause damage. All about Eve. The star is facing the catastrophic consequences of Lex's plans. Crime and punishment. The heroine and Lena look for clues as to how they defeated Lex. American Dreamer. The Dreamer takes over as Kara tries to clear the name of Supergirl. Real Miss Tessmacher? Please wake up. Miss Tessmacher sets a trap for Kara and Lena. Red Dawn. The heroine participates in a historic battle with the Red Girl. In the pursuit of peace, Lex returns to the solid finals of the season.
It's all the same thing. Thank you for the registration question.